All right, so we are recording. Does anybody remember enough to give a recap, or would people prefer that I give the recap?
I remember we made our way to the cemetery, and when we were in that chapel where there were the statues of the saints, and we met the old caretaker of the chapel, who was barely holding it together because he was clearly transforming into something.
Yeah.
Probably something undead because he chased away a bunch of other undead. We then started moving deeper into the cemetery after that, and eventually found the place where we think his name, the captain who we were looking for,
Alistair Marktaros.
Mark Taros. Where we found where we think he maybe went, like there's a particular small mausoleum or crypt, and in there seemed to be some sort of portal. And Alyssa stepped through, apparently disappearing entirely. Nobody knows what happened to Alyssa when she stepped through. And then Solomon followed, apparently still dragging the corpse of his dead would-be girlfriend.
Yeah.
We wasn't there like a soldier or something that showed up and we were trying to help him and he actually turned on us? He was actually...
Yeah, so after you guys met Gideon at the chapel, there was a mention that, Alistair and some of his soldiers had passed through, and then you guys heard calling out from the distance, somebody asking for help, appearing to be a wounded soldier, being chased by these glowing orbs of light, which turned out to be Bulgura, however it's pronounced.
Yeah.
And then also a bunch of dretches and a creature.
And some shadows.
The shadows were within the chapel. Those were those ones were with Gideon. And actually,
something burst out of a building or some shit.
Yes, that was the. I'm trying to figure out what that guy was.
Yeah, because I know I lost 3 points of strength to a shadow.
Yeah, that was when you guys first encountered Gideon. And the Dragloth is the thing that burst from the wall of a nearby building. And he used magic around involving shadow and confusion to kind of fuck with you guys. You guys managed to survive that though. And then you guys continued to follow the trail and eventually came to the another part of the cemetery where you saw there was clearly a battle that had been going on. A number of soldiers had fallen and a number of monstrous creatures, infernal creatures, demons and devils seemed to be mixed. Their corpses seemed to be mixed among the soldiers. And it seemed to create a path towards this small mausoleum. And once you opened the door to the mausoleum, you saw, I'll show you guys that again. You saw this portal.
Right, and none of the fallen were in plate armor. I think that was stated.
Yes. None of them had worn plate armor.
And I think I'm still down 3 strength, right? I have to get a full day's rest or something.
So every long rest you regain 1d4 points.
Okay.
From ability damage.
All right.
So according to my notes, Lux, your fist wraps will last another 2 days.
Okay.
You guys have taken one short rest. So I believe you still have one more short rest available. If you wanted to use it before you go into the portal.
I'm actually okay, but I didn't get beat up as much as the rest of you in that fight. In fact, I really didn't get. I don't believe I got hit in that fight.
I got dropped twice, once by actual enemy and once by Alyssa.
Yeah.
Yeah, good news. She won't be here this time, so that'll make things easier.
Yep.
Bad news is like 100 shadows on the other side of this portal.
Yeah.
So, Lux and Ewan, do you guys feel like a short rest would help you two before going in?
Like maybe.
It won't. Yeah, if I can't recover any strength and from that, and I'm almost
You
at
can
max hit
recover
points.
Kai points.
Yeah.
Your key.
I don't think I've
back.
used any.
What about your Moxie, Ewan?
I got 1 of 3 left. And no other way of getting them back.
Oh, your Moxie doesn't recover in a short rest?
No. So they do come back, but I got my one. So hold on. When do I get this back?
Okay, so
Yeah. So my bloodied but unbowed ability also is a method for getting them back, but I get that back in a short rest too, and I used it. So I need a short rest would get a lot for me.
Okay.
we can do that.
Yeah, I suggest you do.
Somebody got a man, Alyssa here.
Nope. And you guys will see why in a moment.
Oh boy.
All right. Well, yeah, I will go ahead and just take a short rest here then, right quick.
Okay.
I like that Alyssa stepped through the portal and we won't have any idea what happens to it. Have any of you ever played Tomb of Horrors, like the original one?
Mm-mm.
Not OG, but I mean, I ran people through it once on the from the book, the 5th edition one.
I don't know. I haven't read the 5th edition one, but in the original one, there was like one of the traps was just everyone's being randomly teleported to different places.
Yeah.
Wasn't there also like a door that just opened up into a sphere of annihilation or something like that?
There was
the
that's a
demonic
famous
head.
one, right? There's a demonic head that's just like blackness inside that seems like it's like a tunnel, and you can crawl all the way in, and you'll disappear into the darkness, but then you're dead. And then maybe somebody wonders what happened to you, and being heroes, they crawl in after you to save you.
Okay, so
Let
let me,
just go ahead and
which one is the display here?
so I'll just use my last fucking. It's my last 2 hit die. Fully healed.
How many key
Excellent.
points do we get back?
All of them.
Okay. Well, that makes it easy.
And then I don't know if you've already used it, Kurt, but your channel divinity can get you back a spell slot if you wanted to use it.
That's true. I hadn't thought about spell slots. I've left. Yeah, I'm okay on spell slots.
Did you use your channel of divinity before the short rest?
No.
So you could use it and then regain it if it's helpful.
Yeah. Yeah, what the hell? I'll get a spell slot back.
Alright, this is display. Okay. So just trying to get myself all situated. Right, and then
Bless you.
thank you. Wow, it's been a long time since I've played. I'm rusty with the Roll20 stuff. Trying to find everything.
And then March is coming and you're moving.
Yeah. That'll be interesting.
I think we're also, by the way, in the light layer. At least we could see all the X's and lines.
Yeah,
Although it doesn't look like we're in the light layer.
we're on something.
Let's see. Which layer are you guys on?
I mean, display, we see all of the little lines. But it looks like it's in the object layer.
Wait a minute. Are you on the right display? Nope. I don't think you are. Stop sharing. Okay, so I need to share the Chrome one. There. Now you guys are seeing the right stuff, right?
Mhm.
Excellent. Okay. Sorry guys, real quick. I'm gonna use the bathroom. Hey, Ted Cooper, how are you? And then we'll get started. Okay.
All right.
No problem.
Kurt, roll me a d4.
4.
That's how many diamonds you find to be able to cast Revivify. That's what you were asking for, right?
Yep.
5 diamonds. So you managed to find that there was a cleric amongst the bodies who seemed to be quite capable and had a number of spell components that included some diamonds.
I'm rich. Good, because otherwise I was going to suggest that maybe before we step through the portal, whatever the hell happened to Alyssa, she left like 10 minutes ago. I was like, maybe we should go find. Is there like a mall of Flame Keep, like with a K Jewelers in it?
I have this one handout on my screen, which I'm about to share with you guys. What after you step through the portal, and it's got a GIF that I've just been staring at and can't stop staring at. All right, everybody ready?
Yep.
All right. Oh, I didn't place your characters in here. You guys kind of need those, huh?
Only if we want to play the game.
I also know I had light cast on Nightbreeze's body, so if it's dark in here.
Okay. The torch is Nightbreeze's body.
Right.
All right, so once you cross into the portal, you do not immediately see Alyssa. And also you realize Project Ezreal hasn't really been with you guys. He's kind of gone off on his own following some corpse that was walking around that interested him. He lost interest with whatever it is that you guys are doing.
I didn't realize he was with us in the graveyard at all. I thought he stayed back.
Yeah, he probably started
under the
out
thing.
staying back, but then you guys watched him chase after some ghoul or something in the graveyard.
No, he stayed back in like Fort, whatever it was.
Yeah, he was down in the
where-
basement.
with all the people. He and Trebek were protecting everyone just in
Oh,
case.
okay.
Because
Okay.
Brendan wasn't here then either.
Right. Okay. Poor choice to protect the others, but you know.
We know.
So
We had shit to do, damn it.
yeah. So as you enter the portal, a strange sensation washes over you, but it passes quickly as you take your first steps beyond. The room is dark, only vaguely lit by a soft blue light coming up from the floor. The light seems to mark a deep pit with a circular floor suspended in the middle of the room. Floating out before you are the corpses of men and fiends alike. But as you look closer, they're not really floating. It seems perhaps there's some invisible bridge that connects to the central floor. Above, you can hear the clinks of loose metal, similar to the sound made when a person passes through a door of hanging strings of metal beads. In the distance, you can hear painful moans of a man in distress. A voice rings throughout the room. It sounds like the grinding of rusted metal. Alistair, you've brought more guests to the party, it would seem. Shall I force them to watch as I flay the skin from your bones? Or perhaps I will make you watch as I make beautiful music with their screams. Please, whoever you are, come closer. Don't be shy. I have such pleasures to show you. I wish to taste the sweetness of your suffering.
So I assume that all came from north or up on the map.
Yeah.
So can we see the bridge of force, or we just can't identify what's holding up these bodies?
You can vaguely, as you look closer, you can vaguely see it. So you wouldn't necessarily risk walking off the edge or something.
What is there some sort of liquid down below, or?
So as you look down, it's you think that it's liquid at first, maybe like just glowing sort of blue liquid, but it doesn't quite move like liquid. It's a fluid, but it doesn't seem like any liquid that you've known. But it is, from what you can see, fairly far down.
Okay. Can I is there like a rock I can just drop down?
Sure.
I do that.
So you drop the rock down, it kind of clinks over off some of the edge of the cliff, and then as it passes into the blue light, it's just kind of enveloped and disappears in the blue. Doesn't make a sound, doesn't make a splash. It just kind of, you see this blue fluid disturbed, but then it kind of, you wouldn't notice anywhere that the rock had gone. You would guess that is probably about 50, 60 feet before it disappeared within.
We should hurry. Alyssa has been in here for at least 10 minutes. So I'll start to walk forward.
Oh, you know what? Here we go.
These bodies, do they seem like they're wearing military garb or church garb?
Yeah, they're the same the same kind of uniforms as the soldiers that you were guessing were following Alistair.
You know, I will actually put down Nightbreeze's body so that I can equip my shield, since it seems like this room may be trouble.
Okay.
And then I'll cast light on my shield, so I'll just keep the torch with me for now.
Okay. Actually, here, I'll just make you emit the light. Your token. So what is that, 20 and 20?
Yep.
There.
And then I'll start marching forward. Does this person in front of me look like some sort of silver flame soldier?
Yes. And then actually,
There's one thing I've learned. I cannot trust that that is actually Alyssa and not something in disguise.
so
Or possessed Alyssa.
as you approach within the shadows, you can see Alyssa, but as you look more closely, she appears to be bound almost head to toe. As she looks and sees you, she begins like struggling against her bindings, which causes a slight rattle, and she kind of tries to say something, but it's muffled.
So I assume this one devil here is actually alive? No X?
No, that's supposed to be a goner.
Then I would not move over that way. I would just keep moving forward.
Here, this light is too dim, so I'm gonna make this light a bit brighter.
So I would come over to Alyssa, and is she chained up or tied up?
She is chained.
I mean, I would try to free her.
So as you attempt to reach out to her and to touch the chains, you notice that the chains are spiked and they're pointing inwards, and they seem to react to your touch, binding against her more tightly and causing her to utter a pained kind of yelp.
I don't know how to free you just yet, not without hurting you further. You and Mother, do you have any ideas how to get her out?
I would imagine with a key.
Oh, don't worry about her. She's fine for the time being. Come closer.
I assume you're the one with the key with this for this set of chains here.
Oh, I am. I certainly do have the key. You notice that the voice is kind of coming from overhead and it moves around the room. And as it does, it's continuing to have that kind of rattle. As you look up, it's a little difficult to see, but you can see what appear to be hundreds and hundreds of dangling chains.
So the center of the room, I assume, is glowing somewhat just from the way the picture's drawn.
Yeah.
Does that look like it's a pool of liquid? Can we tell?
No, it seems to be some kind of glass, or it seems to be solid, whatever it is. Maybe it's a large gem, but it is flat with the floor, and it's emitting this glow.
I guess I will continue moving forward then. So we have to find the guy with the key.
If you got the key, you might as well just go ahead and release our friend here, and we'll be on our way.
So as you reach that spot, Solomon, let's see, a figure begins to lower from the ceiling, and for a moment it even lets off a dim glow so that it can reveal itself more fully to you, as well as some of the other things around that it thinks might be of interest. And so you see this thing, which, where is it? And this is what it looks like. And next to him is the chained and bound figure of Alistair Marktaros. He is quite bloody and bound by these chains, not only surrounding him, but also tying him to the chains hanging from the ceiling, so that he's not actually quite on the floor. He's kind of hanging a foot or two above the floor.
So I would say to this guy, you would be much more imposing if you did not have a face as a codpiece.
I'm not sure what a cod piece is, but no matter.
I see you have Alistair with you.
Indeed, I have been playing with Alistair for quite some time. I am excited to add you to the festivities.
I am afraid the festivities come to an end now.
If you say so. And then with that, he raises the light from him stops, and he raises himself up. And as that happens, several chains shoot from the ceiling. So and with that, we'll begin initiative.
Perfect. So I would normally have advantage on initiative, but because I have one level of exhaustion, I have normal initiative. So I'll just change that right quick. I didn't have my character clicked. Cool.
Does
I forgot to.
Oh, I didn't have my character clicked either.
does exhaustion affect your initiative?
Yeah, it's
Yes.
a skill check.
Yeah. So
Oh.
initiative is a dexterity skill check.
Okay. Suck.
Oof, you went the wrong direction.
Yep.
Like, I mean, obviously you could only go one direction, but you
Yep.
went
I might die in the initiative.
too far. Yeah. Roll again. Might you die?
I didn't roll a 0 or a 1.
I rolled way better the initial time.
I go first. Yes.
Even though you didn't have your token clicked, I'll give you the 21.
Ah, the silver flame giveth and taketh away.
All right, let me make sure, because I forgot to erase the last initiative. So
Some sort of chain leashes or some shit. What the fuck are these?
1, then Lux. Solomon is a 7. Solomon is not a 6. Ewan is not a 5. Okay. So these chains reach from the ceiling and begin to kind of swipe at you as if they themselves have some semblance of life. So Ewan, you are up. Chains on deck, Solomon in the hole.
All right.
I don't see you in the turn order for whatever reason.
The
Yeah,
silver
no,
flame taketh away.
yeah. I got a hardcore. I'm no longer in
Wait,
the
that's
initiative.
weird because it's on mine.
It's
It's not on the yeah.
display or my screen, but if it's on yours, you just have to remind us when it comes up.
As long as you know.
Okay.
So I'm gonna. I feel like I should be able to use the boomerang that I recently acquired as a melee weapon as well.
Does it say that you can do that?
He's
I mean-
proficient with improvised weapons anyway.
Yeah. So.
That's fair.
So, I'm gonna speak I guess I gotta take a whole bonus action to speak the word Tanatrua.
You don't have to actually say that.
Yeah, but it's there, man.
Yeah, you got to get the pronunciation right. You can't just basically say
Tattoo, Verada. There, I said it then.
So that's that.
So there we go. And then I'm gonna fucking bash this thing.
Okay.
Hopefully. The one that's like right in front of me there,
Mhm.
obviously.
Okay, that hits.
That didn't roll the bludgeoning damage. Oh, here.
Yes, it did.
Or the thunder damage, I mean.
Oh,
It's supposed to be 2d4 thunder damage. That's 1 and 2.
okay.
And then second attack.
Well, before you even get there,
Oh, okay.
the chain in front of you shatters.
Oh, good. Then I throw the boomerang at him.
So what's the distance for the boomerang?
It's right there, 60/120.
Okay. So that's good enough then. So you rolled 17?
Yep.
Okay, that hits.
Okay, cool. Damage was not as impressive there with the thunder.
So it strikes Kame, and with that,
On a successful hit, the target must make a DC 12 con save or be stunned until the end of its next turn.
you can use that once per rest though. So is that what you want to use now?
Oh yeah, okay, I did see that. I'll wait till I'm closer. Hopefully I can get closer.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right, so that hits Kame, and then you've destroyed the chain. So with the chains above you, they're about, I want to say 30 feet above you. So I will show you the rules that I have for if you want to try and go up there, or if you have an opportunity to go up there. This is a GIF that I was staring at. So if that comes up, so now the chains are up, Solomon is on deck, Kame is in the hole. So the first chain, the chain next to Solomon, is going to lash out at him.
Business.
All right. And then the other chain next to Lux is going to strike at her. That probably misses as well.
Yeah, 10 or 14. Yeah.
All right, Solomon, you're up. Came on deck. Lux in the hole.
Spirit Guardians.
Okay. So that's on the first time on their turn, right?
Yep.
Or so when it's the next round.
Yep.
And that's 15 feet. So I'm going to give you an aura. Or wait, can you give yourself an aura? I
Yeah.
always forget. All right, if you want to give yourself an aura, then.
So I will step back so that the other chain is really within my radius.
Okay. Anything else you're doing?
No, that's it for this turn.
Okay. So now, Came. He's going to move here. And then he's going to, seeing Solomon use that. What does it look like when you cast Spiritual Guardians?
I would imagine there is like a brief flash of just purple light that ripples up my body that just turns silver and blasts out, and it's just like a whirling vortex of silver flame. I imagine it being like in an ellipse that sort of just moves around, swirling constantly, a little bit like a blade almost.
Okay. So seeing this erupt around Solomon, Came immediately strikes at him. So first attack, and chains whip around.
That hits.
So you take the 11 slashing.
Oh wait, maybe it does.
17.
Now I've forgotten if my armor class actually had the shield bonus in it or not. No, it misses. My shield is up. 18 is my armor class.
Okay. So, and then it had a second chain attack swipes out at you.
That hits.
All right, so you take the 12 slashing damage, and then he pulls you to right here. And then you're considered grappled.
Okay.
You can attempt to escape on your turn with a DC 14.
Okay.
And you save, so you manage to maintain concentration. And then as that chain strikes you, Solomon, some of the blood that the spiked slashing chains have managed to draw seems to collect and travel along the chain's length towards Kame, and he eventually it reaches to him and he slurps it up. And that's his turn. Lux, you're up, you and on deck, spike chain in the hole.
I guess I will try to punch this chain.
That's a miss.
All right. So yeah, we have.
You should have extra attack by now.
Yeah, 13. Yeah. Okay, that's my
All right.
second attack.
So with that one, the chain shatters.
Okay. Can I do movement and then bonus action? Yeah, right.
Yeah, you still have your movement and a bonus action.
Hooray. Can I get to, is Solomon in the air or is he, can I get to him?
He's not in the air. He's on the ground.
So, but he's got chains on him?
Yeah, he is wrapped in chains.
All right, I'm going to try to break them by punching them with my bonus action.
Okay, so give me how are you going to punch the chains without punching Solomon?
I mean, it's a monk skill, man. I mean, you know those. I got monk skills.
There is a portion of the chain that's leading to the guy. She could punch the
there you go.
Stretched out chain.
Yeah.
Although, not that it would be the first time that he's been beaten up by his mom.
Yeah, that's probably better.
So I do want to say, striking the chain there is not going to necessarily unwrap it from Solomon. If you want, though, you can use athletics, and I would allow you to, because you're using your monk stuff, I would allow you to add your a monk weapon die to the attempt to help Solomon escape the grapple.
Okay.
So your monk die is a D6, right?
Sure. I have no idea.
I think it is by this point. So yeah, so you could roll, you could do athletics and then add a D6 to the check.
At disadvantage. 9. No. Add a D6.
Mm-hmm. It's still within the realm of possibility.
Okay.
All right. So unfortunately, the chain still is binding Solomon. Solomon, when it's your turn, the monk strength will allow you to add a D6 to the attempt as well to escape.
Okay.
If that's what you choose to do on your turn. Anything else you wanted to do, Lux?
No, that's it.
You don't want to like ninja sprint up the chain length to Kame?
No, that's okay.
Does she have that ability already?
I don't know. She's got a ring of jumping. All right. Ewan, you're up. Spike Chain's up on deck, and then Solomon.
All right, so I'm gonna throw the fucking thing up at the creature being. We don't know this thing's name. And let's see here. This time I am gonna go ahead and try and stun it. Because if it stuns, he falls, right?
Well, we'll see.
If we're stunned up there, we fall. Seems only fair.
Okay. So you're tossing the boomerang, and then so your attack hits, and then and then what's the DC or the check for the stun?
The 12. It's not very high, but
Okay.
we might get lucky. Fucker.
So it manages to stay unstunned. You also see that Kame is he's attached to at least 4 chains that are holding him aloft.
So Doesn't
Just
matter.
saying.
Just that doesn't matter. Blow them off like this thing with this storm boomerang. Well, all right then. Second attack. Fucking throw it again. Look at that.
Ooh. Roll it again. All right, so that is a confirmed. And then go ahead and roll the D100.
69.
69.
That's the best one number right there. That's instant death, right?
Let's see, where's chart? Critical hit. So 69. Target is blinded until magically healed or a successful DC 15 medicine check. This check is made advantage if you spend one of your uses of healer's kit. So he's blinded. So you hit him right in the face, and you hear him kind of hiss in response to it. And then, what is your double max damage?
Oh boy. I rolled D8 for the damage of the weapon and 2D4 for the
So 12.
thing.
So 12 plus 8 is 20. So 40. Okay. So you hit him with that boomerang. When it hit him, it released a thunderous boom as it hit him right in the face, causing his probably, you can't be sure from this distance, but his probably one of his orbitals was cracked in doing that.
Alrighty. I'm gonna start fucking climbing up towards him then.
Into the chains.
Oh yeah, you know what? I forgot I was gonna move before doing any of that, but whatever.
How high is he?
He's 30 feet up.
So basically I'm gonna use my my stick and move. I would spend a moxie to dash essentially. So
Okay.
I had to walk around this thing. This is like liquid or whatever.
You can walk on it.
It's solid,
Yeah.
but it's glowing. That seems ominous. Why would I walk on that?
I mean, you don't have to. I'm not
What
saying
do
you
you
should.
Yeah, we could always use another level.
Yeah. So I choose not to. 5, 10, 20, 30, or 25, 30, and then spend the moxie to start moving up the chains essentially in his
So
direction.
how are you moving up the chains? Because the chains are hanging about 20 feet in the air.
Oh, hold on. I thought
Let's
you
see.
said we could go up there. Whatever.
You can if you have a way to get up there.
No.
So there are some possibilities. I mean, if you were to climb on Alistair, you could get up there. You could also climb on like these large chains that are holding the thing up, which would allow you to get up there as well.
Alrighty. I mean, if he's not coming down, I gotta fucking go up to him. So
Yeah.
and I imagine now that he's blinded, he's not gonna willingly come down to the ground, where he could just be pummeled.
That is accurate. Anything else you're doing?
That's everything I can do.
Okay. So a spike chain. So it is going to go to the closest target, which is Lux, and it enters the Spirit Guardians. Is it radiant damage?
Yep.
Okay. It is actually immune to radiant damage. It doesn't seem to have any effect. And then it begins to strike at Lux. Missing, I assume.
Yep.
All right. Solomon, while you are restrained, you take 2d6 piercing damage at the start of your turn.
Yep.
So, oh, not too bad. 2 damage.
So does my blood crawl up to him and he drinks it again?
Not yet.
Okay. So I will use an athletics check to try to break out of the chains.
Okay. And you get to roll a d6 and add it on there. Oh, don't even need it. So you're able to escape.
And then I also am going to start moving towards where Alistair is so I can climb.
Okay.
So it's 15 feet to get to there. It's 20 feet to get to there. So I assume I can only move 5 up into the chains.
Yeah.
Hang on
And then
to
I
those
make
chains
another
that will hang
athletics
on to
check.
you.
Let's see. What is
That's true. Could I climb the chains that I was bound in? That I just got out of? They're not drawn. I wasn't thinking about those.
I'd allow it.
So then I would just climb 15 feet up the chains this way.
I think you were here, right? You were right next to
Yeah,
Lux.
I was right there.
Okay. So
I don't know how far. Maybe I have to move some along the ground before the chains are taut enough for me to climb them. But
I'd
they're
allow
connected
you
the
to
guy.
I'd allow you to climb them straight from where you are. So you can move up to half your speed, but you have to have at least one hand free.
Okay, then I guess I would drop. Well, it's an action to drop my shield.
I'd let you just drop it.
Okay, so I will drop my shield and start climbing.
Okay, and then
3.
let's see. So, and then at the end of your turn, you have to make an athletics check. Oh, wait a minute. At the start of your turn, never mind. So next turn, you'll have to make the athletics check while you're climbing and holding yourself up. So you've climbed 15 feet vertical. So, or we're not going to do that much nitty gritty anyways, whatever. So anything else you're doing, Solomon?
No, that's it.
Okay. So Kame, being blinded, screams in blind fury, but since both Solomon and Ewan are using the chains that he seems to be attuned to, he knows where you guys are and is able to strike at you. So it's still at disadvantage, but he is going to strike once at Solomon.
Did I even get onto the chain yet? I thought I just made it to the chain there.
So all right, then you're not touching the chain at all?
I mean, I might have grabbed it, so maybe
Okay.
to start climbing. So
Good.
Well, then both are going to strike out at Solomon. So wait a minute. With him being 30 feet up and you're kind of
He's
18.
about 18 feet away from me. He's just outside.
Okay. So I assume a 25 hits you.
Yes.
Okay, so you take 9 slashing.
Yep.
So give me your concentration check. Okay, you passed. And you are grappled.
Yep.
Doesn't mean you fall. In fact, actually, you're probably more safe from falling now than you were previously. And then he's going to try and attack you again. I assume a 14 misses.
Yes.
But with that first hit, a little bit of blood moved along the chains back into his mouth. Okay, so that's his turn. Lux, you're up. You and on deck. Spike chain in the hole.
All right, so the spike chain in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
I need to try to hit this thing. I don't know if that hits.
That hits and it shatters.
So this dude is what, 30 feet in the air?
Yeah.
So here's the question, right? Like, so I could try to jump, but it's according to the book, high jump is 3 plus your strength modifier, and mine's -3, so it'd be a 0. And the
What's
ring
your
of jumping
score?
it gives me ×3.
What's your score?
I have a thing where I allow monks to substitute athletics for strength when it comes to jumping
I mean dexterity.
or dexterity. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's much better.
And he is Kane is 39 feet from you. We'll round it to 40.
Yeah. So with a running start, your high jump is like 24 feet. If you use your ring of jumping and a Kai point at least. And you could reach up and grab something that's like 30 feet off the ground. So you could easily grab the chains or him.
He's still.
Oh, and he was magically healed when he sucked in the blood, so technically he's no longer blinded.
Of course not.
I really can't do that.
So this is one of those times when I feel like I should shut up, but I won't. So he was magically healed, which means he hit, which means I am actually down to 8 hit points.
Wait a minute. No,
He was
so
magically healed on the first attack when he hit me. And then his second attack, therefore, shouldn't necessarily have been at disadvantage.
I'll say that it was because he was in the process of healing. It wasn't an instant thing. So you are safe, Solomon, from that. AKA, I didn't catch it, so I'm not penalizing you. Also, what fun is being blinded if you guys can't benefit from it at least a little bit?
I didn't get to at all.
So I cannot technically jump and catch him, can I? Because he's too far in the air.
Well, you could move right under him and then jump up 24 feet. I mean, you could jump up and grab him at 30 feet, but you'd be like right beneath him, basically. So, you could punch him in the feet.
And Solomon's in the air, right?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm 15 feet up, basically.
Do you want to jump on Solomon and then leapfrog from him to Kane?
I'm gonna run over here and stay on the ground.
Okay. So you still have a bonus action and one more attack because you've taken the attack action.
The only thing can I try to shoot him with my bow? It just doesn't seem like I could do that after I punch somebody.
Sure, you can do that. I mean, as a monk, I assume you're holding your bow all the time because you can switch interchangeably between fists, legs, headbutts. You can
Sure.
whack him with the bow.
All right, I'll try to shoot him with the bow.
Okay.
Oh, so good.
Is that it's not a magic bow, but you have magic arrows, right? +1.
Yeah, actually, yes, I do. Yeah, I do. I have 18 plus 1 arrows. Yep.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure. It's Paelius's short bow. Of course, it's magic.
True.
All right, so you hit him with an arrow. It goes right into his shoulder. And then anything else you're doing?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. Then let me move this out of your guys' way. All right, Ewan, you're up. Spike chains are dead. Solomon, Ewan is up. Solomon on deck, came in the hole.
So like, yeah, I imagine I went to start climbing. I see him like active again, so I just throw the fucking boomerang at him some more.
Okay. All right, that hits.
Ah, how about a 15?
15 misses.
Fuck.
So the first one you deal 9 plus the 6 damage. And then second one is max damage, so that's 12, 20. Okay. So actually with that, you manage to shatter the chains holding him and cause him to fall to the ground with a kersplat.
Like a dead Kersplat or like a, ow, I'm really hurting right now Kersplat?
He doesn't seem to be moving.
He's down there.
Mm-hmm. Right here.
I'm gonna fucking bonus action one more time, just fucking stomp him
Okay.
just to make sure. Do I have to roll?
Do you want to?
Technically, this would be unarmed. It's not actually a punching. It's like a fucking curb stomp. But fucking really, how would I miss? He's still like rolling.
Squirming.
Um.
Hold still.
So with that, the chains that bind Alyssa loosen, as well as the chains that bind Alistair, causing him to drop painfully to the ground.
What about the chains binding me?
Oh, and you as well. And you're 15 feet from the ground? 18
Yep.
or okay. So
Actually, I'm more like 13, but or that's true. I'm probably like 12, which is how I got to the 18.
all right, so you take 6 falling damage.
So I couldn't just have continued to grab on.
If you want to, I'll allow it. But give me an athletics check to do so, or acrobatics.
Yeah, not acrobatics.
All right, so this is 6 damage. So, Alistair appears to be unconscious, and
I lost my spirit guardians.
Straw that broke the camel's back.
oof. Wait, what was I doing?
So sad. Third level spell slot. Only thing it damaged was the thing immune to radiant damage.
So as a moment passes, the light in the middle goes dark, and where are they? And several other lights begin going out and dimming, and very soon the thing that you guys are standing on begins to tremble as the chains holding it seem to be weakening.
We need to run. I'm going to run towards Alistair. You and get Alyssa.
Well, I'm closer to him. Fine, whatever. Listen, where you at?
So I'm going to go pick up Alistair and then start moving back to the bridge, hoping that's still there.
Okay.
Although if they were smart, they would have shut the bridge down first.
So Alyssa is actually up and alert, and so she's moving as well. As she does, you guys see her begin to run along the bridge, but then she seems to slip and almost fall as her foot passes through the bridge. She's able to catch herself and continue going. And you see her stumble a few more times as she does that, but she manages to leap at the last second. And so it does look that the bridge has some instabilities.
She avoided a car too. Almost got hit.
What about so like as I start to move here, the chains here, are they like breaking loose from the platform, or they seem to be coming loose from whatever's up in the ceiling or whatever?
Up in the ceiling. Whatever. So chains are beginning to fall on top of you as well. As whatever anchors were holding them into the ceiling are beginning to loosen.
Yeah, I'll just shout to them, hurry up.
And then just as a reminder, Solomon, you're essentially doing a rescue carry, and because he is unconscious, you can only move at half speed.
Okay. Are we doing this in rounds?
Let's see how long it will take you to move from Alistair to the front.
Well, it's one move to get to him. And then that'll be 2, 3.
Well, I assume you're also dashing.
That's true. But so I'll have to pick him up. So then it's 1, 2. Stuck. That would be 3 rounds to get to there.
Okay.
4 rounds to get to there. Not quite done.
Okay. So, Lux, how quickly are you bolting out once the stuff is starting to rattle?
Lux's strength is 3. She can't really help me.
Yeah, I really can't.
I don't imagine Lux would anyway.
It's like kick him in the butt as he's going. Like, come on.
Well, I see them grabbing other people, and this thing is collapsing. I'm just going to dash and run and get the hell out of here.
Okay. And what is your speed?
You could basically move 10 feet and then jump to the exit from where you are. Because if you use your ring and your Kai point, you can jump 120 feet if you move 10 feet first.
So I could leap all the way to the other side?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, it's worth it.
It was like 130 feet from where the dude was to the actual ground. So
All right. So, Ewan,
yeah. So
as you are trying to cross the bridge, you find several times where your footing kind of passes through the bridge. So give me an acrobatics check.
what about Solomon? I would have gone ahead of him.
Yeah, if it's going to come
No,
down to
you're
acrobatics
going
checks,
first on purpose.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. What
if
was
it
it?
comes down to a series of acrobatics checks, you guys need a new cleric.
Yeah.
My -2 to acrobatics checks are not going to fare very well.
There's my
right.
acrobatics.
So you slip to the point where you actually fall and you have to catch yourself. But thankfully, where you catch yourself with your hands, it is still solid. You're able to push yourself up and continue on to the exit. Now, Solomon, you're going to have to give me 2 checks. And because you're carrying Alistair as well. So I don't want to make this impossible for you. So we'll just say let's see what happens. We'll just do it live. Okay. So with that first check, you also fall.
Eve Alistair into the puddle below.
You fall. You could catch yourself, but then you risk Alistair falling away from you and maybe not faring so well. Or you could try to hold on to him, but then you need to give me an athletics check to make sure that you don't drop him.
Oh, I will do that.
Okay, so you manage to hold on to him. You get back up to your feet, dragging him along with you, and then give me another acrobatics check.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
So it looks dicey. You can see actually you kind of just peek back just out of curiosity, and you can see the energy of the bridge fading from the platform towards you and quickly accelerating towards you. But you are able to cross the bridge before it completely expires.
Dr. Sheev's life just passed before my eyes.
And then with that, the entire platform rattles and then falls into this blue abyss. And there's kind of like a massive silent swoosh as it falls into it, the chains rattling above the platform as it falls. But then it disappears into the blue abyss silently. and it is just this room, and with the light from the blue fading.
Is a portal still back here?
It is, for now. It does look a little less stable than it did before. Like it's kind of blinking a bit.
Should probably hurry up through that too.
I think that's probably right. Someone help me with Alistair so that I can take Night Breeze, or someone carry Night Breeze. She is lighter than Alistair.
I'll take Alistair.
All right. So you guys head through the portal and get to the other side, back to where is it?
And by the way, my shield is completely lost forever because there's no chance in hell that I picked it up. So we really do need to find that armor shop.
There's got to be like some sort of shield here amongst these bodies.
Yeah, but my shield had like a holy symbol on it so that I could cast spells.
Just scratch it in there. That'll work, right? It's the thought that counts.
Is it though? You don't know how the
Should be.
gods are. Some of them are finicky.
I mean, this fella here doesn't believe in the gods, so.
All right. So
Did he put the shield down? Is that what you did? You put it down?
I dropped it so that I could climb because I needed a free hand. I was this close to putting down Heaven's Fall so that I could have a free hand.
can you imagine?
Is there any way I could say I used an action point to grab it and jumped over?
Yeah, I'd allow that.
Okay. This thing
So-
weighs a ton.
So I will take the shield and put it back over on my backpack and continue carrying Night Breeze. If we can, if it's safe to rest here, we could try to revive Alistair. At least he might be able to walk on his own. How injured does he look?
Oh, he's bad.
But like needs a lot of like hit point curing bad, or like both legs broken, no chance anything we can do is going to get him on his feet again bad.
No, he's sustained some very heavy injuries. None of them seem to be like that critical. He's not missing any limbs. None of them appear to be broken. So, I mean, he could. If you were to get him awake, he might be able to walk on his own.
Okay, so can I do like a medicine check to see if like a curative spell would wake him up again?
Yeah. Yeah, if you were to provide some curative magic, it would probably get him to awaken.
So I'm pretty beaten up. How bad off is everyone else?
All right.
I could use the rest.
All right. So I'm going to cast Aura of Vitality and first on Alistair. The second one on Alistair.
Okay. So with that, his eyes kind of flutter open, and he looks around confused.
I'll do the third one on Alistair. Then one on me. No, that's good. And then one on Lux. And another one on Lux.
No, I don't need that one.
Okay. Well, then that one will be on me.
I was not hit, and I'm fully healed already. So
I was not hit, and I was not fully healed.
I don't have any hit die left, but
This one will be on Alistair. This one's on Alistair. This one's on me. Really like it with me. And then the last one on Alistair.
Okay.
And then I cast another spell. Because even I eventually learn.
Nice.
So I assume you are putting your attention on Alistair.
Yes.
are you even going to take the 10 minutes to visually cast it?
I forgot it was even a ritual, so it wasn't my plan.
So as you look at Alistair, it does not look to be any lingering presence of any kind of magical compulsion or corruption. It seems that his wounds are strictly physical, as far as you can see.
Forgive me, Alistair, for double checking, but we have, as a group, been betrayed in this place very recently, more than once.
No, I understand. I'm sorry. Oh, Solomon, it is you. And Lux. I'm happy to see you, as well as I am surprised. How did you get here?
We were attacked first by Cardinal Crozin, who is in league with the powers that drew Flamekeep into this place. As he set the guard upon us and we lay dying, another being drew us to him and then transported us here, telling us that there may be a way to save Flamekeep if we can find Jayla Duran. But our efforts to find her have not been successful so far.
No, as far as anybody could tell, she is likely still in the cathedral, and there is no way inside. There is a magical barrier preventing any entry. But what you say about Crozin is shocking. But certainly the Silver Flame has provided a miracle in bringing you here. It must have some purpose for you.
I believe there was something said about one of the dragon prophecies. But to be honest, I don't really remember the conversation all that well. The person seemed like they like to disguise themselves as a dragon or something like that. But it was Crozin who put these marks in our head. I fear what that means for Thalios, as I can't imagine what's been going on there since at first we thought we had died. Then that being sent us here.
What do you mean? What has happened to Thalios?
Crozin made his way to Thalios after Flamekeep was drawn here. That's where we encountered him. He entered the city and then seemed to be setting up a ritual that I imagine was similar to whatever happened here. Somehow we were supposed to be part of that. I imagine when the guards finally subdued us, that was probably part of his plan as well.
It sounds like you have had quite an adventure getting here.
Yes, I think that much is certainly true.
Well, I am certainly glad to see you two, and Alyssa as well. I'm sorry, I'm not sure I know your name, and he's looking at you, Ewan.
Name's Ewan Dross de Denise.
Ah, are you one of the Deneth marked?
No, I am not marked. I am a Sentinel Marshal.
Well, you clearly have skills that will be of great use, whether you bear the mark or not. Come, we must go back to what is it called again?
I couldn't remember either.
Fort place?
High Hall. High Hall.
Hall. Yes, you should know. We have been to High Hall already. Unfortunately, my friend, and I will motion to oh no, I've forgotten her name. Nightbreeze's body. And say, unfortunately, we did not realize that she was possessed by a demon or devil. So when we entered, she entered with us. Many demons came in and many died. Although we were able to eventually destroy the demons who were in there.
So Alistair's face kind of goes pale, but he still remains kind of stoic in his emotion. And he just says, "Were the casualties great?"
Yes, far too great. That was why I felt I needed to cast that spell, to make sure before we moved on, as this place is obviously not safe to remain in.
That was very wise, Solomon. Well, I am at least able to say that I have achieved some victory. And he pulls out a gem, and it doesn't seem like all that much. Like perhaps just a clear crystal. Doesn't seem to be a diamond or any kind of gemstone that might be worth all that much. But Alistair says, "This was once a part of the sword of Tira Maran. I found it in that creature's lair."
How did the creature get it?
I don't know. But its holy power called to me. And with the sacrifice of the men that came with me, we were able to retrieve it. And through its power, I've received some visions. It is not safe to share with you here. We should get to High Hall.
We should move.
Even in a condition to move? It's dangerous. Everywhere.
So Alistair gets up, despite the wounds that he still bears. He doesn't even seem to grunt or wince in pain. And he brings out his sword and has his bow ready. And he says, "I am ready. Through the power of the silver flame and with this jewel from the sword of Tira Maran, I cannot fail. And with you here, surely it is the silver flame's will to ensure that we get to High Hall."
We'll see how much her will has influence down here. Let's move.
As you guys are walking along the path, you see that Alistair looks to each individual who accompanied him, who has fallen, and he is just continuously saying prayers, honoring each one who had fallen. Anything else you guys are doing along the way?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Unless we see that mall.
Unless you see what?
That mall that I've been looking for.
Oh, the mall.
Mall of Flamekeep.
Right. With the K Jewelers.
Right. And like some sort of armor smith in the middle of the mall.
Were none of these people holy men? They don't have a holy symbol on their shield too.
Solomon doesn't need it. He's got his shield back.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Oh, we do spot plate mail along the way. We don't want it, right? Just leave it.
Right. You just so happen to see one intact piece, but Alistair looks like he would not be okay with you guys desecrating those bodies.
And I can't carry it. It's too heavy.
Right.
It was a halfling, anyways.
Yeah, exactly. It wouldn't even fit over Alyssa's thigh.
Exactly.
Her thigh is probably the same diameter as that whole halfling. She never skips leg day.
I feel like Alyssa would squeeze into it though. And ask if it made her look fat.
So you guys are not in the chapel, obviously. You guys are more over here.
Yeah, I would explain to him that the keeper of the chapel is around, but afflicted, and somehow managing to keep himself, his mind and spirit intact. But we don't know for how long.
Yes, we met Gideon along the way. He seemed troubled, but still the flame was strong within him. So as you guys get to this point, there is a sudden explosion of light in the distance, fracturing the veil of darkness that surrounds the cemetery. You see Flamekeep Cathedral begin to glow intensely, and then all at once, it's no longer there. The entire cathedral just gone. A strong breeze blows in from behind you, and a thunder erupts from in front. You realize that it's the air rushing to fill the space where Flamekeep Cathedral used to be. And with that, the veil of darkness slowly returns.
Well, all right then.
No, it's not all right. Jayla Duran was probably inside.
This is not good. It seems the devils have moved it. They know that we were getting close.
I guess that's what happened.
Do you have another theory, Euandros?
Maybe they just destroyed the damn place.
I have to hope that that is not what happened. It doesn't make sense.
We should continue moving. We can investigate what happened another time.
Yes. Let us continue on. Uh,
So what do we know about like Mark Taros? Can he cast spells, or is he just like a fighter?
so that is a good question. So you know that while, first of all, with his current condition, uh, with your medicine check, Kurt, and after casting the spells, even though he is being very stoic in terms of how he is presenting, in terms of not showing any kind of pain, he is walking slowly.
Mhm.
And he from your medicine check, you would gather that mechanically he's got at least 2 levels of exhaustion on him. In terms of his capabilities, he's never demonstrated himself to be capable of casting spells. However, he has the weapons that he carries have special enchantments, which nobody has ever asked him directly, but the rumors have been that these weapons were they were created through a combination of visions that he received from the silver flame in terms of finding the materials and going through the prayers to make them weapons suitable to one of his station. But he also seems to possess an ability that no matter what weapon he's using, it always seems to glow with silver flame.
Show off.
So as you
With
guys
that, continue on and try to dodge whatever's in the streets
Right.
to get back to High Hall, so we don't have to fight with this guy in our midst.
So, interestingly, as you pass by the the little chapel, Gideon runs out, and he seems to be doubled over in pain. And then he sees you, and his eyes open wide. He slowly and staggeringly approaches.
The hell's the problem?
Please, I can't. I can feel it. I can feel myself slipping. I don't know what I will become if that happens. I don't know what I'll do. Don't know who I'll hurt. And he begins kind of clawing at his head and pulling his hair. And he's actually tearing into his flesh with his nails.
I probably still have the detect maleficence up because it lasts for 10 minutes. Do I sense anything changing in him?
So as you look upon Gideon, you notice that he is radiating heavily with magic, which seems to be a mix of fiendish, and even though you don't normally detect this with detect maleficence, but also the energy of undeath. It's some strange combination. And from the looks of it, there's no spell that you know or feel like you would ever be capable of casting which could ever even touch the magic in terms of breaking this enchantment. You're not sure if there's ever been a caster short of a saint like Tira Moran who might be able to undo whatever it is that is befallen Gideon.
We may have to end this, man.
I am sorry, Gideon, but the only piece we can offer you is the piece of a complete release. As I put down Nightbreeze and take my shield out and then raise my mace really high to bring it down on his head. I'll take a swing at him.
Okay. Give me an attack roll with advantage.
There it is.
Okay. So you bust his head with the mace and it erupts in holy fire, burning at the wound that you've left. But Gideon on his knees, it hits him. And even though you can tell that it has broken his neck and it's caved his head in a little bit, he slowly returns his gaze to you and says, "That's not enough."
Harder.
I would look probably extremely guilty for doing this and very sorrowful for him, but I would do it again.
So this time to the other side, and he says, "Not enough." Roll to confirm. So that is confirmed. So let's see what you've done so far.
Double max is 18 bludgeoning and 12 radiant.
And then 46, what does the 46 do? 46, he's limited in terms of what he can do for the next 4 rounds. And then with that, after you bash him that time, his eyes go red. He brings up the sword that is bound, like kind of grows out of his arm, and then it's initiative as he stands up with clearly malicious intent. There we go. Malicious. That's the word.
So technically, I am still glowing with light, but I don't have that. I can't control that.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Come on, not -2. I'll take it.
Oh, so you are actually still glowing, but the bright light, because of the cemetery's effects, bright light is reduced to dim light, and dim light is reduced to no light. So you're still glowing with 20 feet of dim light.
Okay.
And I don't know where you are, Lux, but Alistair probably was also pretty close by.
Oh, okay. Oh.
I don't know where you were, Ewan, either. I just kind of put you here. So you guys can decide where you were.
I would probably shoo Alistair away from the portal of evil. So he's not one shove away.
There. Maybe here.
Yeah, that's fine.
How much healing did you do for Alistair again?
23 points of damage or something around that.
We'll say 30. All right. So everyone roll initiative.
I did.
Oh, you did?
I think we all did.
Clearly I did not.
So you got a new Flame Keep map.
All right. So Gideon critically succeeded on his check. So he's right in front of Solomon. So he's limited to an action, bonus action, or move action for 4 turns. So he's going to take. Huh?
Should I still have a bloody eye icon on me? I don't remember what that was. That was.
Is that for your
Maybe
special
it was
sight?
old.
Oh, that might have been from the last time we were on this map too.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so your hit points might not be accurate with your tokens. Unless you guys all filled up. I don't know.
I mostly did. I'm like 3 off my max after the R vitality.
Okay, so you're
I
good.
kept rolling 11 12s for me.
So he's going to use the attack action on you, Solomon. So first attack is a miss.
Nope.
And second.
Nope.
Okay. All right, so that's his turn. Lux, you're up. Alistair on deck. Ewan in the hole.
All right. Well, seeing that Solomon has learned that even people with good intents just turn on you, and you have to kick their ass. That's what I'm about to do. No.
Roll to confirm. Okay, so you did not confirm. You just failed.
Second attack.
That's a hit.
All right. And
Slipped on the bone of that fucking minotaur that just rolled over there.
yep.
Fucked up your first attack.
Can I use stunning strike with that?
Do you have it? If you got it, yeah, you could.
Yeah, 5th level stunning strike. So one key point. So they make a con save. I just have to figure out what my DC is, right?
What is your wisdom saving or wisdom score.
14.
So 8 plus 2 is 10, plus 3 is 13. So it's DC 13.
All right. And bonus action, I'll hit him again.
All right, that hits.
Can stunning strike again.
It's all right.
Look, the whole point of being a monk is to ruin these one creature encounters by constantly stunning them.
So Alistair is going to back up here. He's bringing out his bow, and he is going to shoot at Gideon. Okay.
I can't believe he has
That's-
Hank's bow from the Dungeons and Dragons cartoon.
Yep. All right, Ewan.
Alrighty. Yeah, I'm just gonna, I guess, walk up to this dude and do what I do best and hit him. I don't know if there's any sort of flanking bonus that you provide or not.
No, I don't do that.
All good. First attack, second attack, and bonus action, third attack. That's a miss.
Well, now it's just like we're back at the Winchester again.
Yeah, for sure. Kill the queen.
So that last one was not a miss.
Oh, the 11. Okay, cool. Anybody got a fucking pull stick?
I mean, Lux can like whack him with her bow.
I guess I can pull
have
out
mace.
I can pull out the boomerang again.
All right, so Solomon, you're up.
All right, so I will swing at him again. Oof. But miss.
Does miss. Okay, let's see. My computer is being really slow right now, and I don't know why.
Well then, since you're being slow, I guess I'll use a war priest point and bonus action attack again.
And then that one hits, so that's all right. So now Gideon is back up, and he stares at you, Ewan. And as he turns to look at you, you feel like he's gazing into your soul, and you're gazing into his, and you begin to see terrifying sights within the pools of his eyes as you are kind of being drawn into them, and you feel like a intense burning sensation that is simultaneously a terrible frost. So DC 15 con save.
Or
Should've-
to who again? To me?
Yeah, and you.
Alright.
It should have done the damage. Okay. So you save, but you still take half. So now that it's back. So 14 necrotic damage.
Ready.
Lux.
I assume that's not a spell.
No, it's not.
Okay.
All right. That's first
Right.
attack. Second attack. That's a miss.
It's not a miss.
Okay. I'm going to use key point, try to stun him. High point, key point.
Whoops.
All right. And bonus action.
Right. Anything else?
Nope.
All right. Alistair is going to attempt another shot with his heavenly bow. And with that, the arrow leaps from his bow into Gideon's chest, and it causes him to erupt in a pyre of silver flame. And he just silently burns into ash. And despite the intensity of the column of flame around him, you guys are all unharmed. And it's a good thing, too, because if he had died from any kind of damage other than radiant, he would have exploded into a bunch of shadows.
May the flame guide you to your rest. So I will say a quick prayer over the ashes to hopefully let his soul escape this place. And then restow my shield and pick up Nightbreeze again and move on.
One thing that you notice as you look around, there are no undead that are close enough to be a concern. But now that Gideon is no longer alive, they don't seem to just be shambling about like they were. They're now seem to be whatever it was that Gideon was doing has broken, and they seem to now be moving towards the gates and trying to escape. And several of them from the distance see you and are beginning to shuffle, and those that can run at you guys.
This one right here.
Oh.
Just hanging out.
goes through Lux like Slimer. That's guys. He should have been dead. So yeah. So you guys need to kind of hustle it. Unfortunately,
Hustle it, but he's walking all slow behind us. So I am actually just going to back up and help him.
okay. Now,
Have-
because he is conscious, you can just basically carry him at your speed.
Alyssa, pick him up.
That's true. Alyssa can carry anything.
Okay. So she brings him over her shoulder with one hand and just kind of bolts with you guys.
That's gonna hurt. That's not comfortable.
Yeah, he is not enjoying it one bit, but he also understands the situation, so he's not complaining.
So then, yeah, run for whatever hole in the wall we came through in the first place.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys are able to return to the high hall.
Hopefully.
Where we discover King Trebek has gone mad with power.
Where's Alistair? Darn it. I didn't make a token. Where's his token? Why is it not? Okay. Why don't we take a 5-minute break?
Okay.
Yo,
Right. So what is Josh living in the United States? Because his power outage rate makes it seem like, well, maybe he just doesn't pay his electric bill, which would explain power outages. Or maybe he's living in like Ecuador.
you know, I wondered that myself, but apparently, like, there are lots of places in California where the power grid is just abysmal.
Oh yeah.
So,
I mean, I know it's not LA because that's where all my bosses live. Like in and around LA, they don't suffer power outages like he does.
yeah,
But you know, maybe somewhere else. I guess you know you could live sort of out in the boonies where there's just fewer transformers. And I know I forget the name of their electric company. It is shitty and in the midst of its bankruptcy and PG&E.
yeah, it's unfortunate.
Also, I want to talk to whoever runs PG&E because I feel like they time it. They're like, "Oh, a game is about to start."
Yeah, actually, Josh has mentioned that they actually do like have planned power outages, because of it's like they know they can't supply all the power that they need, and it's either that or fry the entire system sometimes.
I know that they were talking at one point, like over the summer, back when California was mostly on fire, about shutting down power because otherwise, it was just going to supply more fuel for the fires as these sites all went up and sparks started forming,
Yeah.
which prompted a bunch of politicians in California to say, "No, you can't do that." Yeah, but I don't know. I never really figured out what the politicians thought the alternative was. Because they seem to like, no, don't turn off the power and don't start fires. Seemed to be what they were saying.
Right, because that's realistic.
Right. I mean, maybe if they weren't in the middle of bankruptcy, they could do something, but presumably that takes like real maintenance and time.
Yeah. California's energy issues are just abysmal, and it doesn't make sense because they have so much potential capacity for, like, if they did proper investment in renewables, they could be like one of the leaders of the United States, just from how much they could get through, because they have so much sun, and the up in the more mountainous areas they have lots of wind.
Yeah, California is pretty notoriously mismanaged.
Yeah.
Like they've got way fewer housing units, like 1 million fewer housing units than they need. But you still have to jump through ridiculous hoops to build new housing. And they won't change it because, they don't want anybody to get screwed on housing, which I sort of understand. But at some point, you've just got to get enough housing there and just let rents drop on their own. You can't just keep telling people, no, you can't build the housing.
Right. I don't get it. I don't get California at all.
Right. And they have their up to 15% income tax, which is driving wealthy people out, which is reducing their tax base, which makes it that much harder to deal with any of these problems.
Yeah.
That was actually one of my big, when my bosses were like, so, you should probably think about moving to California. One of my big things was like, but I don't want to pay that income tax. Like I wouldn't have to pay 15%, but I might have had to have paid another 10% of my income.
Yeah.
As opposed to Tennessee, 0% of my income goes to the state of Tennessee. I just get a slightly larger than the national average property tax on my house.
Yeah, Illinois and Chicago in particular, it's just the taxes suck. I don't know what the percentage is, but it's ridiculous. And everything's so expensive over here. I can't wait to get the fuck out.
Well, a friend of mine just moved into the San Francisco area. It's not like the way he describes it, it's not downtown and it's not convenient to anywhere. And it's not technically like in San Francisco. And it's a 500 square foot studio. And he's paying $2,700 a month for it. And he was glad to get it because there's no housing.
That I like feel physically ill hearing that. I remember being mad because I had a studio here in Chicago and I was paying $700 at the time.
Yeah, the first studio apartment. This is like way back in like 1997. The first studio I got in Manhattan was like 700 square feet, I guess, but it was 1,600, and that was by far the cheapest place I found when I was looking.
Yeah, it's so ridiculous, housing prices. I think Tony went to take a poop.
Or he went to do something else and it turned into an unexpected poop.
Yeah, those are the worst. I specifically refrained from eating my spicy pickles tonight because I knew I didn't want to have a surprise poop.
I'm gonna have to log off soon anyway. I've got to get up super early tomorrow for a call.
Okay. Yeah, there was only a little bit more that I had planned. But it might actually be better to do it when we have more people here. And since we don't have Josh and Brennan might be starting up again. Do you guys just want to call it then?
Yeah, that'd be best for me. I'd like to go to sleep now.
Okay, we could do that. I feel like that this was good, just kind of getting me back into it.
When are we meeting next?
2 weeks. So the thing about my move, which is nice, is that I can start moving into the place March 1st, but the lease here doesn't end until March 31st. So I have a whole month to kind of do the transition, and we're having movers move all the big stuff on March 19th. So we're just going to be like, whatever we can take in our car, a few trips here, a few trips there. And then the 19th will be the big transition day. But until then, like, I don't expect it to really interrupt anything. But let me check something.
How will the cats take to the move?
We're really interested to see how, because Ted Cooper, this is the only place she's ever known. We got her when she was only 3 months old.
So the week, Ted Cooper will probably react to it by just attacking Lord Baelish more.
Oh my God. That is
like a stress reliever.
That is actually, unfortunately, pretty probable to what's going to happen. So we'll have to have the squirt guns all ready.
Sorry about that. I was distracted by snacks.
No worries. We're actually going to call it because there's only a little bit more that we were going to do tonight anyways, but it might be better to do it with everybody. So the week of when we play, we would be set to play on March 16th. That may be a difficult week for me because that's around the anniversary of my dad's passing. So we might have to call it then. But other than that, I anticipate no issues on the 2nd or the 30th. So yeah.
The second might have been an issue in any other year because that's my birthday, but this
Oh.
year it's still all COVIDed in.
Well, happy birthday.
Thank you. 2 more weeks. I refuse to be 49.
You definitely don't seem that old.
Yep, I'm ancient at this point.
What did everybody think about the session tonight?
I like the chain devil, and the platform was interesting.
Yeah, a fun fight.
Good.
I would have liked to have done more of the climbing through the chains, but it was not to be.
Yeah, I blame Tony for that with his critical, which reduced it by like half of its hit points in one shot. So
I think I crit
Well,
twice.
I was surprised. I'll tell you, and I don't mean to make Peter feel bad. The one disappointment in that fight was I was expecting this mighty leap up into the chains that we discussed for a couple minutes, and then she's like, "Nah, I'll just stay here."
Yeah.
I will, however, just jump off this platform that you're struggling to get off of.
Right.
I'll just
I will-
casually
I-
leap like 100 feet.
Right, I'm just imagining like, oh shit, I gotta move it. Just fucking, what the fuck? There's the body flying through the air.
I envision jumping up there and hitting it and then being grappled and then failing every check and being stuck there. So I was like, no, that's okay.
That's
You're
fair.
welcome.
You have like what, 5 strength now?
Wait, but her
4.
acrobatic skill is pretty good.
True. So yeah, that was interesting, and also it's good that Gideon didn't explode into shadows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stay
So
here.
See, but there again, I guess I'm a little disappointed now that I know that was a possibility, because if that would have been a tremendous, like, I can just imagine all of us being like, "Oh, fuck you, Mike." You were just fucking making shit up now, Mike.
Good stuff. All right, so I'll see you guys. When are we playing next? Sunday? Well, I'll see you Thursday, Peter.
Oh, okay.
All right, talk to you later.
All right, later, everyone.
All right.